Hi! Welcome or welcome back. I'm Intergalactic Peach Patrol, also known as Peach, and I'm an artist living in Melbourne, Australia. And today, I have a sketchbook tour for you. This big, chunky guy is done. Finished. And it's time to tour it. I have been away for a while. My bad. I kind of went on an unexpected side quest doing some things. But now I'm back. Hopefully. Fingers crossed. Look, fingers crossed. I'm tentatively back. I have quite a lot of things to show you. First and foremost, this sketchbook tour. So let's get into it. This is a Royal Talens Art Creation A5 sketchbook. You can see here the measurements. I will put up on screen a listing from an online shop so that you can actually see what it's called for yourself. So you're 100% sure if you want this, you know exactly what it is. This sketchbook was started on the 2nd of February 2026. We started this sketchbook together. I have done live streams in this sketchbook, which one of the side quests. I've made videos in this sketchbook, all sorts of things, paintings, drawings, ink, watercolor, a little bit of journaling. We'll get to that. Got some stickers here, packaging from orders. I'll have all of the details below in the description for everybody who has made these things. This is the very first thing that I did in this sketchbook, which is a very heavy, very textured and heavily layered mixed media painting of a fish that kicked off Aquatic Month, which is one of my favorite things I've ever done. This is definitely something. I love it. It's a little bit ugly, but I love it. I love all the layering, all the textures and things that you can see in here. I was really excited to do this, and I was really excited when I uploaded it, so always in my heart, big ugly fishy. This is where Aquatic Month really kicked off. I've got some journaling here. I've decided to try theming each month to promote more art making and experimentation. This month's theme is fish and aquatic life, mostly fish. So for a whole month, if you weren't here prior to this video, for a whole month I did drawings in this sketchbook that were centered around a theme, the theme being aquatic life. I kind of just got a bit obsessed with fish, as you will see, and didn't really deviate from that too much. Kind of just really went hard on the fish theme. But I was using my Lamy Safari fountain pen quite a lot, almost exclusively, which I love. Ran out of ink quite a few times. And this is kind of like a flow-on from my ink-only sketchbooks, which I still haven't done a video about. It's coming. Where I really focused on doing sketches and drawings purely in ink without a sketch first. I find that is a really good way to learn and develop your skills really, really quickly. Because you're not relying on a sketch and you're just going straight in with ink, you are more conscious of not making mistakes or the mistakes that you may make. And when you do make a mistake, because you can't erase it, it really sticks with you. It really I feel like it kind of gets into your brain a lot faster. What the mistake was, how to not make it again. I don't know. There's something about failing fast in order to learn fast. And I really believe that that has been a big contributor to my development, especially over the last year, since I started leaning into ink-only drawing. Ink only, again, meaning that I'm not using a preliminary sketch before I come in with ink. I'm just going straight in. You can see here I was trying to develop an idea. I really wanted to make a sticker based on these guys, sort of like two little fishies falling in love, but I never quite got the sketch right, and the time inevitably passed and the moment was over. So I moved on to other things. I love these guys. I did come in with some coloured pencil here to colour these in. Still drawn with the Lamy Safari fountain pen, but coloured in with pencil. I really love them. Hopefully maybe one day I'll make them into a sticker as well. There's a lot of things in here that I think are sticker worthy, but you can only really have so many fish stickers before you actually become a fish content creator. And I kind of want to be known for more than just fish, you know? But I do think I could have made a fish sticker sheet and it probably would have gone off. Maybe in the future, we'll see. I did make 2 stickers out of Fish Month. I am still waiting for one to arrive. We'll get to that. I did deviate slightly into Pokemon. I thought maybe if I do aquatic or water type Pokemon, that maybe it sort of still fits the theme. But then I realized that I can't draw Pokemon very well and they were turning out quite scary, so I stopped doing that. A lot of these things I drew with the fountain pen ink, and then a couple of days later I would come back in and sort of use it as like a colouring book, and I would colour things in when I had a spare moment. Some of these things were coloured in at the same time in the same drawing session. But yeah, I did definitely use this sketchbook as like a colouring book quite a few times, where I would do the drawings and then a few days later come back in and have some fun colouring everything in. This is a very loose and rough. For some reason, my brain really wanted to put those 2 words together. I was struggling there. This is a very loose, rough, quick acrylic painting of a clownfish. For some reason, I had in my head that people would want to see more than just ink drawings, so I should probably do some painting and things. This is a little drawing I did in the car when I got a new pen. It came in a paper bag, so I ripped a piece of the paper bag off that I did some drawings on and I stuck it into my sketchbook. This guy became a sticker, but first he became, where is he? Hold on. Where is he? A painting, which I love a lot more than the sticker. I, for some reason, doubted myself. Shouldn't have done that. This is perfectly fine and I love him, and I could have edited him a little bit and made him lovely and sticker worthy. However, I got really nervous and I decided that I would remake him on my iPad. Which, you know, he's fine, but I think he definitely looked better in painting form. Oh well, you live and you learn. This is a new sticker that will be available in my shop soon. Not quite yet. Here are some more fountain pen drawings. Only 2 weeks left of Aquatic Month. I'm really enjoying it so far. Maybe this week I'll do some painting. That would be so fun. I don't know if I did. Don't know if I did do paintings. I really love these little fish here with the big kissy lips. I really, really love them. They make quite a few appearances in this sketchbook. I love them here with the tiny little eyes as well. So cute. Switch it up with a different pen here. I really like how it looks. It says here, not so nice to draw with. So I don't think that stuck around for very long. You can see here I switched back. These were some sketches that I loved. I was leaning into like a magic sort of like Sailor Moon theme with my fish. I really liked drawing these guys with like the big swoopy fins, and so I thought, well, what if they have like really long swoopy fins? And I did play with that for a while. You can see here I did some pencil coloring and then I put paint around it and I was like, oh my god, that's got to be something. So I did attempt to turn that into a sticker. It has currently arrived to me incorrectly printed, so we'll see if they get it right the second time. So far, no sticker for that one yet, but hopefully we'll be here soon. Here I was trying to do fish in different ways. So this is a fish in the shape of a flower. This is also a flower fish, a plant fish, another flower fish. This one is a fish with a whole heap of eyes and a whole heap of fins. He's saying, help me. But I actually think he's very cute. This is a cloudfish. This is a sky fish. A front-on fish. I love that. And a long, long, long fish. This is very silly, but I love it. This is, again, turning fish into different things. I was playing around with the idea of turning a fish into a strawberry, and then I gave up because I hated it. And then we moved on. I'm low-key bored of fish now. I was getting really bored of them, but then a resurgence happened and I was reignited for fish. I love this one here, this big flowy fish. I still think I could make quite a few more fish stickers. I think there were quite a few sketches that turned out really well. This I did for a video. It's Neo colors on white. I don't know if it's gouache. No, it's not gouache. It's gesso. It's on white gesso because these pages are sort of cream toned and I wanted a bit more tooth, but also the colors to stand out. And I noticed that because it's a cream toned paper, they weren't really standing out the way I wanted them to. So I gessoed this first and then did the Neo colors on top. And I think that worked out quite well. I really love how this turned out. Yeah. Another painting. I think this is gouache. Really quick, really loose. Ran out of room here. Classic. Classic peach. A lionfish, also gouache. Again, ran out of room. Really need to learn. This is just a throwaway page. I think I did this while I was on the phone. The colors don't look right. It's muddy. It's just not everyone's a winner, you know? Sometimes you win some, sometimes you don't. This is more fountain pen sketching. Here I was trying to draw like a giant brine shrimp and I got partway through and I was like, I actually really don't want to draw this. So I stopped and I started drawing other things. Kind of regret it. I think it would have looked really cool in my sketchbook, but oh well. That's okay. I drew a, what are they called? A lure? Are they called lures? Anyway, I drew one and then I was like, that's actually really messed up. It's kind of like really violent and messed up that they do that. So that really turned me off. I thought, when I was looking at them, I thought they were quite pretty, but then as I drew it and understood what all the parts are for, it was like, whoa. A little bit confronting. There's a tiny plankton. Another Neo color drawing. Really love how this turned out. I think I did this for a video as well. Actually, I'm not sure. Did I do this one for the video or the other one? I think I did this one. I remember really loving blending the colors here. More fountain pen sketches, a little bit of journaling. I bought this Japanese jade melon and it was so delicious. I ate the whole thing in one sitting. Probably not recommended, but it was so perfect. I have never had such a delicious melon. More fountain pen drawings. This is actually over. I had an incident. I went a little nuts. I got some lousy ink, the CMYK kit, which I'll put up on the screen, and I thought, you know, Sophie McPike pre-blobbinates her pages sometimes, and maybe I should do that. So I drenched these pages in water, and then I dropped the different colors of ink, and they spread, and it was beautiful. My sketchbook never recovered from doing that. Even though it is stitch bound, it just really didn't like being saturated. Even after it dried, it's just never been the same. The texture is weird. The pages don't sit properly. It was a nightmare to draw on top of. Yeah, just really recommend not doing that. This is the part in the sketchbook where I start taking requests from people. I did that on a live stream and also offline. So this was a drawing that I did from an Instagram story where I was asking people what their favorite Pokemon were so that I could draw them. This is a Rayquaza, which was a request that I was very intimidated by, but eventually got around to doing. More fish, some narwhals. What is that big horn for? His body is confusing me. I do journal quite a lot in my sketchbooks. It's why I can get through them so quickly. I love putting little notes next to my sketches. Not loving how extra absorbent this paper becomes after taking wet media and drying again. Frustrating to draw on. Yeah. So take it from me. I do not recommend doing that. Not in this sketchbook. In other sketchbooks, probably, but on this particular paper, no. I drew a whale here. I got a whale sticker from Sophie McPike and I fell in love with it, so I had to draw a whale to commemorate that. I love this little front-on fishy smiley face. It's so cute. Tortoise. I was going to do reptiles month after aquatic month, and then I didn't. I got very distracted doing other things. 17th of March, haven't drawn for a while, trying to get back into it. Yeah, so I went on a bit of a side quest doing live streaming, especially playing Overwatch. You may have heard me mention that a few months ago, that I was playing Overwatch, and I became so obsessed with it that I started live streaming it. And now I'm accidentally a streamer. I will put my details down below if you're interested in watching me play games really badly. I was also playing a lot of Pal World at the time. I drew my friend's favorite pal and my favorite pal. We don't need to really talk about that too much. I got into bugs, really into bugs. I'm pretty sure I did this for a video as well. I'm always into bugs. That's not a new thing. But I got into bugs again. Taking more requests for the Pokemon. I really love this guy. I think he looks so cute. More Pokemon requests. This is really fun. I love that fat Pikachu. Psyduck. Smoliv. I love Smoliv. This is so cute. More requests. And then over here, I was working on a little character I had made a few months ago, I think, maybe a few months ago. And I was just revisiting him with a different design. His name is Mushy. He is a mushroom. More Pokemon requests. More fish. This was during like a down period where I really wasn't drawing very often at all because I was deep diving into gaming and streaming. This was a request that I took on Threads. Someone requested Pink Godzilla. So that is what I drew. Here's me doing some drawing, just killing some time, and then wishing myself good luck for my stream today. I think this was my first stream ever where I did drawing requests live. In between people requesting things, I would draw things just from my brain. But there are things here that I was requested to draw. Drawing some people from my community, or what I think that they look like, because I, at that point, didn't know what any of them looked like. In my head, Rango is kind of jacked. Zenyatta from Overwatch. Juno from Overwatch. Cyber Sigilism. That was a request that broke my brain. My community as different fruit. It says here, drawing on live stream. Computer kind of hates it. At that time, my computer was so loud. It was kind of embarrassing. Since then, I have upgraded a few parts and it's no longer loud when I stream, thank goodness. These were requested as part of a space theme. An alien cat crab. Someone's OC, which I believe is also a Rayquaza. That was really fun to draw. Some bears. I watched The Revenant and it kind of messed me up. But I loved the bear. That bear has seen some shit. More drawings. I think this was still on stream. Another person's OC that they requested that I draw for them. That was really fun. More Pokemon. A frog. A couple of frogs, actually. Yeah. And I think that we ended on this one, I believe. My son. I love him so much. I would love to turn him into a sticker as well. I then tried to do some drawing by myself and it was just not good. It was not a good time. Then April hit and I was like, yes, I'm back. I'm going to do Amphibians Month. And Amphibians Month is going to be on my YouTube channel and I'm going to record so many things for it and it didn't happen. But I did live stream some things for Amphibians Month. So again, I will pop my live stream information down below. And if you're interested in watching any art streams or me goofing around on video games, maybe you want to pop on over. These are some frogs I did on a live stream with, I think it's Holbein Acrylic Gouache. And some more. I love the textures. So cute. These are some frogs that I drew with a mechanical pencil, I believe, and then I went over the top of them with traditional gouache, which worked really well. I really love how that looks. But at this point, the frogs and things were starting to creep me out. They looked so gross. Now that I'm looking at them, they're not so bad, but at the time I was like, ew. Another one that I did on the live stream. After the live stream, I did receive some packages. And so again, with the journaling, I put some things from the packages in my sketchbook. I just really love doing that as a reminder of what I was doing at the time. So that in the future, when I flick back through my sketchbooks, I can be like, oh yeah, I also got some mail from Sophie McPike during that time. This is an axolotl, a couple of them actually. I still haven't figured out, 1, how to correctly pronounce the word, and 2, how to draw them. They are freaky. So freaky, what the hell? Oh my god. This is a big frog. Can't remember if I did that on stream or not, but I love him. Very cute. He is acrylic wash, I think, and then some acrylic markers later on. A bowl of frogs. This is when I got my 36 set of acrylic gouache. It's not really a great illustration, but I was just really excited to do some painting and to paint some little froggies, and so I just threw this together, you know. This, one of my favorite things in the sketchbook, if not my actual favorite thing. I started this painting on a live stream. It's a little quilt block inspired painting of some amphibian things that I did for Amphibian Month. So we have an axolotl, some frog eggs, lily pads, a big toad, some other aquatic plants, a frog, the word has just disappeared from my brain. That is a tadpole that has developed, and it has like some legs. This little tadpole doesn't have legs. And this is a salamander. And I think it looks really cool, and it's all acrylic gouache, and I love it. And I'm so happy with it. And I don't know, it's just I've never done anything like this before and I am in love with it. So kind of hyped for that. Really, really, really love that one. These were going to be some other things, perhaps maybe stickers, perhaps maybe little prints, but I never got around to finishing them, which is so like me. I get so ambitious and I'm like, yes, I'm gonna make all these things, and then I run out of steam. These were going to be more little things, like little portraits inside frames of some frogs and some toads. Never got around to it. Didn't do it. Was gonna do a big painting here, didn't do it. Then here, May has begun. I've got the biggest migraine and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do some drawing while I feel terrible and maybe it'll help me feel better. So I drew a little picture of me suffering. And then for a couple of pages, I just really went for it and I just did some sketching and I was just trying to figure things out here. You can see I want it to be round. So I'm saying like this is too wide, this is too tall, I really want it to be round and I'm trying to figure that out. I do that a lot in my sketchbooks, really recommend taking notes and really just trying to figure things out. Your sketchbook does not have to be perfect. Then I figured I might draw some strawberries and I might make them scary because I'm feeling a little bit scary because I'm sick. This was referenced by this name that I will put on screen on Pinterest. Still trying to figure this flower out. I don't think I ever actually got it. Did some really quick sketching with some Prismacolor pencils. I really like how that looks. I remember feeling so sick and then I was looking at something that Gouache made and I thought, oh, what if I made like a modular flower with different sections that connect? And then I was like, what if they connected in a specific way? And then I was like, oh no, that looks a little bit offensive. Let's move on. And so I was trying to figure out like, what are the rules going to be for like my modular flower puzzle thing? Yeah, so I started working on that idea, came up with this, but because I was running out of steam and like brain energy, the effort was not there. But I wanted to document the idea so that I could come back to it later. Swatching some things, refilled the ink in one of my fountain pens. Feeling yucky. Was feeling yucky all day. And then I drew these. Inspired by Gouache again. I love her little people. Her little characters are so cute. Highly recommend that you go check her out. I will put her information down below. And then we move on. 6 days passed. Did some drawing here. Low energy today. I have been really struggling. I don't know if it's like a vitamin deficiency or if it's hormonal or if there's something wrong with my thyroid or whatever, but I'm really struggling a lot with energy. Story of my life, if you've been around here for a long time, if you followed me on Instagram or even Patreon for a long time, you'll know that I really struggle with fluctuating energy. I have really, really, really big energy crashes. Just sporadically. I will have no energy for like 2 weeks at a time and it's horrible and I find it really hard to do anything during the low energy days. So I've been spending them in my sketchbook trying to feel better. This is the sticker that I made that got printed incorrectly of that rainbow magical fish. I'm really, really frustrated that a professional company edited my file seemingly and incorrectly printed it and shipped it out to me. I did double check my file. I double checked the proof that they sent me. It did not look like this. The file that I gave them is opaque. No part of my file is transparent. So I'm just really not sure why my stickers came transparent. What the hell? Anyway, I will get to the bottom of this and I will let you know when I have received the correct sticker and when it's in my shop. This is me working on that flower puzzle again. I really love this. I love this concept. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but I love it so much. I want to do something with it. This is a piece of packaging from a little Bulbasaur figurine that I got. This is the figurine. Isn't he cute? Isn't he so cute? I love him so much. Oh my god. I stuck it in with some packaging. So I got this sheet of stickers from Sticker App in an order, and I literally cut around the stickers and used the background as tape to stick this in. And I think it's cute and I like it. And there's a little tip for you. You're welcome. Some more drawings. This is when I realized that my sketchbook is nearly finished and I should probably finish it. So I grabbed one of my really thick, chunky ink pens and I went ham. Looking at the frog eggs, talking about how they bump into each other but they overlap. So like this is if they weren't overlapping. This is like with overlapping, and it looks a lot more natural that way. Ready is not a feeling, it is a decision. I've been struggling a lot with decision paralysis. I'm undiagnosed but pretty damn sure ADHD. And I am struggling, man. I'm struggling big time. Playing with some alcohol markers that I found in my stuff while I was packing some things in my office away. Thought I would try doing some sketching with ink first, like the colour, and then putting the outline on later. Didn't really love how it turned out, but that's okay. Experimenting doesn't have to be perfect. It's about learning. Here I'm just throwing some more stuff into my sketchbook and playing around with different ideas. This is an idea for a character that I have that I'm still developing. I did film a video. Then I realized when I went back to edit the footage that I didn't... It's not successful and I have to film it again. And that's okay. It sucks, but that's okay. Some more sketches. I think this is really funny. It's one of my caterpillar characters, but like as a human. So he's got a butt and hands and like a face and eyes and whatever. It's just meant to be silly. I love this. I love that a lot. This is the last spread. Holy guacamole. This is done in a couple of different ink pens. I got this Pilot V sign pen in the mail yesterday. So I did a couple of quick drawings. And that's it. That's the whole sketchbook. I think that's pretty successful, actually. It's a chunker. And it's finished. And I'm 50-50 on whether or not I recommend this sketchbook. The paper is a little bit frustrating to work with, not gonna lie. But I do unfortunately have 3 more of them. So they'll be making a return to my channel at some point. In the meantime, feel free to check out any of my other videos or the links that I've put down below in the description. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.